I recently made a video talking about the Selena Gomez documentary, My Mind and Me, which was released last Friday on Apple TV. Selena filmed over the course of 6 years and detailed a lot of struggles she's faced throughout her career. I mentioned in my recap of the documentary that a lot of people had things to say about the friends in her life, and they were seriously judged in the documentary to the point that social media was telling Selena to get new friends. Honestly, I didn't think this was a situation that was going to get any worse, but boy, did it get worse. Over the weekend, the conversation grew and grew about the people Selena keeps in her life, and someone that was added to the conversation was Raisa. I loved her on The Secret Life of the American Teenager, like that was my show. She's also in Bring It On, and if you guys are watching the How I Met Your Mother reboot, How I Met Your Father, I've been loving her on there with Hilary Duff. She's also on Grownish as well and a bunch of other things. So she's very much in the industry, but she is also one of Selena's longtime friends. At least they used to be. It's a little unclear what's going on, but we'll get into it. Francia was the one who donated her kidney to Selena back in 2017 when Selena needed a transplant due to complications from the chronic autoimmune disease lupus. Selena announced this in September of that year on Instagram in a post that read, "I'm very aware some of my fans have noticed I was laying low for part of the summer and questioning why I wasn't promoting my new music, which I was extremely proud of. So I found out I needed to get a kidney transplant due to my lupus and was recovering. It was what I needed to do for my overall health. I honestly look forward to sharing with you soon my journey through these past several months, as I have always wanted to do with you. Until then, I want to publicly thank my family and incredible team of doctors for everything they have done for me prior to and post-surgery. And finally, there aren't words to describe how I can possibly thank my beautiful friend Raisa. She gave me the ultimate gift and sacrifice by donating her kidney to me. I am incredibly blessed. I love you so much, sis. Lupus continues to be very misunderstood, but progress is being made. For more information regarding lupus, please go to the Lupus Research Alliance website." These two were actually living together at the time Selena found out she needed a kidney transplant. But Francia and this part of her life was very much missing from Selena's documentary. I had honestly figured maybe she felt like so many people already knew that she had a kidney transplant, so she didn't want to talk about it again in her documentary. But also interesting that this was a huge moment in her life, and Francia wasn't mentioned by name once. They showed an article and this photo of the girls, but that time period was not very detailed at all in the documentary. And like I said, I thought maybe it was because she felt like people had talked about it already. We don't need to address it again. But a documentary about her life, it definitely felt like it was missing. Some people online believed she should have talked about it more and did also say it was surprising she didn't even mention Francia. To which some people defended Selena by saying that they remember Francia at one point in time saying that she didn't want to just be known as Selena's kidney donor, and maybe she didn't want to be included in the documentary as much, and that was why she wasn't in there as much. But then questions sparked about the status of their friendship, because a lot of Selena's friends were featured in this documentary, and some wondered if she was even friends with Francia anymore, because for a while there were actually rumors that her and Francia were not on good terms, because after receiving her kidney, some people had made comments about seeing Francia upset. Selena was maybe drinking after her transplant, but to be honest, I could not find anything of her saying this. I kept seeing people on TikTok say that that was the reason why Francia and Selena were not friends anymore, because Selena was drinking after her transplant, but I'm telling you guys, I could not find an interview where Francia was saying anything negative about Selena. The only time that I have heard the conversation surrounding Selena and drinking was on TikTok. She had posted a TikTok where she had a drink in her hand, and she was making this TikTok joking about, having multiple drinks.
So fun. So like 4 nights a week. Yeah. And then like there's always like a birthday. So like 5 days a week. And then if like one of those nights like rolls into a brunch the next day, like a classic brunch rollover, then like 6 days. So just like 6 days. Yeah. Just like mellowing out, we're growing up.
People were commenting about it, and she had replied to someone that had a snarky comment and said that the entire thing was a joke and that she wasn't serious about drinking a lot. But this was the only time I could ever find anything about Selena and drinking post-kidney. Some people had also tried to say that she entered rehab twice following her transplant, but I do want to say that according to everything that I've read on the internet, that was not for drinking or anything like that. In 2018, it was reported that on 2 occasions, she had gone to a mental health facility for treatment, but it was as a result of her bipolar disorder, anxiety, and depression. And this was heavily covered in the documentary, her going to the mental hospital and getting diagnosed with bipolar disorder. But like I said, you guys, in regards to her and Francia, there were so many reasons that I've seen people say that was why these two were not friends anymore, but none of it was really holding up when I was trying to fact check. It was all just speculation. They had never confirmed they weren't friends anymore, and they've never publicly spoken negatively, really, towards each other. And plus, Selena and Francia were seen together as recent as this past summer. In July, on Selena's account, they posted a TikTok together, which put a lot of rumors to rest that they weren't friends. That is until this past week. I talked about in my video going over the documentary that Selena had recently done an interview following the release of the documentary, and it was with Rolling Stone. And in it, she said that she didn't have many friends in the industry and that Taylor Swift was her only real friend. She said, and it was hard to share these fears with people whose lives hadn't been derailed by fame. Even as she says, I never fit in with a cool group of girls that were celebrities. My only friend in the industry really is Taylor Swift. So I remember feeling like I didn't belong. I felt the presence of everyone around me living full lives. I had this position and I was really happy, but was I? Do these materialistic things make me happy? She realized I just didn't like who I was because I didn't know who I was. E! News had posted a portion of this quote on their Instagram that said, I never fit in with a cool group of girls that were celebrities. My only friend in the industry really is Taylor. And Francia ended up commenting and quickly deleting her response to this that said, interesting. Some tried to say Francia was overreacting, and clearly Selena was saying this about people in the music industry and not the industry as a whole. So they thought it was ridiculous of her to even think that was anything to be mad about, while others felt like it wasn't super clear that she was only talking about the music industry and felt like this was actually not very nice of Selena to say, and she was actually discrediting Francia's entire career as an actress in the industry. Someone who gave her a kidney, but her only real friend is Taylor? People just weren't liking this at all, especially knowing it rubbed Francia the wrong way. And while someone ended up making a TikTok about the comment Francia had left, Selena Gomez commented on the TikTok and said, sorry I didn't mention every person I know, which started even more drama. People were shocked to see Selena respond, and a lot of people didn't love what she had to say, and that she had referenced someone who gave a piece of themselves to save her life as just a person she knows. Something about it rubbed people very wrong, and then a huge conversation started surrounding Francia and Selena's friendship. People were saying Francia unfollowed Selena, and her mom unfollowed Francia. Others said that Selena's mom had unfollowed her a while ago, and so did Francia. All I do know is that Selena still follows Francia, and the timelines of other unfollowings are just one big giant question mark. But the whole thing is weird and it's sad. These two girls share such a personal journey together, and Francia literally underwent an extremely hard surgery with lifelong effects to save Selena. And if they aren't friends anymore, that just sucks a lot. People then started going down memory lane and analyzing old interviews about the kidney transplant. There were people mentioning an interview Francia did with Self, where she talked about being a kidney donor and how she didn't get to tell Selena she was a match herself. She had said that Selena actually was the one to call her and say, we are a match, and it was set. And she didn't really have this time to process, like, this is happening.
I did panic when I found out I was a match. It wasn't the way I expected. One day I got a phone call from Selena, a FaceTime, and she's like, we're a match! And I'm like, yay! What? How do you know this? I had a way that I wanted to tell her when I made the decision. I knew it was gonna happen. I just knew at that time. Like, it's a big thing. So I hang up and I call my social worker and I'm angry. And she told me, it's gonna be hard. The recipient is gonna glow and she's gonna recover a lot faster than the donor is, because she's receiving something she needs. You're losing something you don't need to lose. It's gonna be hard.
When people were dissecting these old interviews, people noted that Selena had said at one point in time to NBC that Francia volunteered to do this and get tested, and it really didn't seem like anything that she was being forced to do. Others have defended Francia, going on social media to say that she might have volunteered to get tested for Selena, but didn't actually say 100% she was going to do it. If we are a match, it's just something that I would like to do. Of course, I'll get tested for you, but you know, it's still something to like sit and process through before I actually tell you I'm going to do it. Francia did say to NBC that Selena didn't want her to do it at first because she is so busy and didn't want her to go through such a hard procedure, but Francia did want to do this at the end of the day. So it's all over the place with what people are picking from all these interviews. I'm just gonna say, from everything that I've seen, she did seem to very much want to do this for her friend, someone she referred to as her sister. She didn't think twice about it. I think in that self-interview, she was just trying to say that she wished that she had actually been told she was a match so that she could process it for a second before she was going to tell Selena, like, hey, we are a match, like, we're going to do this. But the fact that Selena knew the information before her kind of took something away from her in that aspect. But I do think that she 100% wanted to do this for Selena at the end of the day. Whether people think that she was made to do it or the decision was out of her hands, or, you know, there were outside, you know, voices coming in to try to tell her to do something, I don't know. But this is just what is out there. Clearly, the whole internet is in a frenzy over Selena and her friendships, and I want to know what you guys think about all of this, including if you guys watched the documentary yet. I actually have seen it twice now, and I had very different opinions the second time around, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.